fast becoming a Rich Eisen show favorite, Ian Eagle. Ian? You there?
This week on Elementary, Johnny Lee Miller and Lucy Liu star in a... No, you got it.
No, Ian, it's Scorpion or nothing for me, man.
All right, I was trying to vary it up, Rich. I thought maybe we could slip another show in there. That's fine.
No,
it's all Scorpion.
Because we know what happens here is that certainly in the tournament, even in between free throws, you gotta slip it in between the first and second free throw, and so I just want when it's Scorpion, just pause and go Scorpion, just nail it, and I'll know that's for me. I'll know that's for me.
Let's put it this way:
yes.
the NCAA tournament will feature a lot of Scorpion bites. You will get your fair share, and I will pause just the way you like.
Yes, and it's not just for me; it's for everybody that listens and consumes this program. No pressure. No pressure. I have Ian Eagle here on the Rich Eisen Show. So you called Kentucky's regular season wrapper to stay undefeated, to go 31-0. And again, you have been there and done that at the NCAA tournament. Do you believe Kentucky cuts down the nets when it is all said and done at 40-0?
Yeah, I think they're the best team. I think they're the most talented team. I think they're a team on a mission. If you're asking me, are they capable of being beat? Yes, absolutely.
Well, how do you do that? How do you do that?
Well, in this one-and-done format, it's based on style of play, and it's based on what team shows up on that day. Kentucky, they've got a little bit of experience, obviously, with the Harrison brothers having been through it last year, and Willie Cauley-Stein, who's been part of this team now for 3 years. But for the most part, it's still a predominantly young group. When the big lights are on, when it's the big stage, you just speculate as to how these guys are going to handle it. I think they can. I believe they can run the table. I think they can win the whole thing. There are teams that are set up that could be legitimate contenders because of style of play. Virginia's defense, tremendous, right there with Kentucky, the best two defensive teams in college basketball. If they're making shots on that given day, yes, they can pull off the upset. Wisconsin, style of play, swing offense, a team that can make jump shots, a team that can frustrate you based on their style, and a team that's got a National Player of the Year candidate and probably the winner in Frank Kaminsky. So they've got some NBA players. Sam Decker, a guy that can probably play at the next level. That's going to be the formula. I don't see Kentucky losing early. I don't think they're ever going to be the victim of an epic upset, but can they go down in a regional final and a Final Four in a national championship game? Yes, absolutely.
Ian Eagle joining me here. What do you think of your alma mater and the hoops problems there with Jim Boeheim?
Yeah, disappointing. I think more than anything else, anyone that attended Syracuse, there's a pride there, and the basketball program had a big part of that. Boeheim, you can't take away what he's done for the program. He's put them on the map. He's the face of the program, but with that comes the unfortunate reaction to this, which, look, they made mistakes. It's pretty obvious. Just read the report. This is not a squeaky clean situation. Now, we can start to pick apart some of the issues here, one being the part that the NCAA decided to really lock into, which is a slippery slope, and that's the academic portion. If we want to start digging into every school and reading every paper that every athlete has written and trying to determine whether everything is on the level, they may have opened up a Pandora's box. The other issue is the fact that they did self-report, which is something that the NCAA was trying to push along as the philosophy to maybe lessen the blow, and the NCAA obviously did not lessen the blow. They took it to another level. It came across as very personal with Jim Boeheim, and I know that this has been an 8-year dance between the NCAA and the head coach of the Orange, and it looked like they really felt the need to lower the boom here and make a statement. The vacated wins, I still don't completely understand, and isn't it strange that they didn't vacate the actual title that they won, because that's never been vacated? So it looked like the NCAA wanted to have its cake and eat it too in this particular case and make sure that their reputation wasn't sullied at all along the line.
Ian Eagle joining me here. Let's go to the professional ranks. Kyrie Irving, 57 points, final 9 points for the Cavs he scored. What a performance by him. How much of a threat do you think the Cavs are to win it all as we currently sit here?
Yeah, they're scary, and they're starting to click, and I give a lot of credit to David Griffin, who's the GM of this team, that recognized that they were flawed, made the moves they needed to make in order to buy enough time to build some chemistry, which they've done. Timofey Mozgov, who came over from Denver, he has turned out to be the perfect fit for what they need when Varejao went down with the injury. J.R. Smith, Iman Shumpert, given the checks and balances in that locker room with LeBron James, J.R. can't pull any of the shenanigans. He's got to stay in line, and his talent has been there, and the fact that he can be a key contributor. And then, obviously, Irving, Love, and LeBron now building that chemistry together. They, to me, are going to go into the playoffs as the favorite. And I know that people are going gaga over Golden State, and rightfully so, and you and I have talked about that team. Just such a fun team to watch, and Stephen Curry might be the most entertaining player in the NBA right now. If the road they have to take gets them to the NBA Finals, and compare it with the road that Cleveland has to take, if those two teams go head-to-head, I think, at least as of this moment, that Cleveland would be my pick.
Ian Eagle joining me here. Steph Curry is going to be on this show on Tuesday. I'm excited. I just love watching him play. Were you ever fortunate to call one of his NCAA tournament games when he was on that legendary run a few years ago?
No, I didn't have him in Davidson. I've had a bunch of his games in the NBA where he's just taken over, even early in his career, where you were trying to figure out exactly what he was. Was he a point guard? Was he a two-guard? You quickly realize he's just a great player. And instead of labeling great players, just watch them go to work. Warriors came in a little more than 14 days ago. No, it was less than 2 weeks. They were in town. And in the fourth quarter, on a night where he was not playing well, he just took over the arena to the point where the fans that showed up that were a swing vote, that thought they came in as net fans, became Stephen Curry fans. And he's got that capability of getting it done in clutch moments. That's why I'm not worried about him come playoff time. I don't think anything phases him.
Who's the best player you've seen calling an NCAA tournament game? Who's the best one?
Oh, wow, that's tremendous.
That's the only one. That's the only type of questions I ask.
Yeah, that is. Put it in the Ken Tremendous column.
Thank you.
17 straight years. This is my 18th year. Chris Paul, I guess, would be the guy that I thought was going to be a great NBA player, yet they could not win in a second-round matchup against, and I know you're going to love these names.
Yes.
Kevin Pittsnogle.
Oh, yes.
And Mike Gansey.
Well, who was the coach of that team?
Your man,
I know.
John Beilein, the gifted John Beilein.
Who's unfortunately about to go out. He's down 10 and fouling on purpose right now.
And John's very sharp son, Patrick Beilein, was on that West Virginia squad, and Chris Paul could not will that team through. He fouled out in Cleveland. Double overtime thriller. Gansey makes a bunch of threes. Pittsnogle makes a name for himself, and out goes Wake Forest.
Well, you know what they always say, Ian, if you mess with the bull, you get the Pittsnogle. And Chris Paul learned that the hard way.
Oh, he did. I think there's a T-shirt that says it.
That's actually the subject of the next episode, ripped straight from the headlines of Scorpion. And I will be, my ears will be peeled. I don't know if you could say that. But I look forward to your call with Doug Gottlieb. Where are you going to be? Do you know where you're going to be?
We have no idea.
You don't even know yet?
We're doing the first four in Dayton on Wednesday through TV.
All right.
And after that, it's anybody's guess.
All right. Well, I'll call Dan Patrick, or you can, to find out about good restaurants in Dayton.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Dan. He's the guy.
Oh,
Dayton Dan.
When he was in Dayton, his name was Dan Pittsnogle.
Everybody's Pittsnogle.
That's right, everybody is. It's a great name to say. Ian,
Rich, you have Mike Tyson coming up?
I do.
Can I just make one point here, if I may?
The floor is yours, sir.
A quick story. I called 4 fights for CBS in the summer of 2000, one of which was Mike Tyson and Lou Savarese in Glasgow, Scotland.
Nice.
It lasted 32 seconds, if I remember correctly. So we're getting ready to fly home, and I get on the plane, and I'm in, I'll say it, I had a nice seat. I had 2B.
Nice.
Mike Tyson had 1B.
Okay. Uh-oh.
And we had the personal video players where you could choose from thousands of titles. And Mike was in front of me.
Oh, what do you have?
Mike was in front of me, and he was cracking up at something. And he had a blanket over his head, but the headphones on. I didn't even have to go to the bathroom, but I made the move to go to the bathroom just to see what was entertaining him at the level in which he was entertained. And it was an episode of Friends. I love Ross. I don't know who he related to and who he connected with, but I thought it was Ross.
You know what? That's a good one. So, we don't know what the one was. That was the one with...
The one with Mike Tyson.
The one with Mike Tyson. Ian, that is next level information.
Wow. There you go.
Thank you.
Does he lean back? Did he
you
lean
didn't
back?
kick his seat or anything, did you? You didn't do that.
No, he's a recliner. Well, let's just put it out there.
You give him his room is what you do.
I didn't move, really. Other than that one stroll towards the bathroom to see what he was watching, I stayed stationary.
Thanks for calling, Ian. Look forward to the next time.
He had the fish.
Ian Eagle here on The Rich Eisen Show.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.